Berlanga.
Shout out to Berlanga. Berlanga, you know, I never believed in you. But for some reason, you got in the ring. I started believing in you. I told Sean,
Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz.
Yeah, for some reason, I just thought your power was going to get you by his speed. Your pluses that you had, I feel like just the only plus you had was the power, was going to get you past my man's power, speed, skills, knowledge of the game, and I thought you would catch him one time, hurt him. But shout out to Shiraz, man. He showed up ready to fight. Hey, he let all that talking just go out his ear, used it as motivation, came to stamp his name. Why I felt like you're still content that you survived 12 with Canelo Alvarez, an aging Canelo Alvarez. A Canelo Alvarez, they don't have a killer instinct no more. And we'll get to that in September. But the slower Canelo Alvarez, okay? Lighten the ass Canelo Alvarez. All right, but shout out to, but it's Edgar, man, just, I don't know if you need to be humble. Like, you was on cloud nine. My man went on a victory loss tour. Sean, he was everywhere.
Victory tour.
You see him everywhere. Where's he going to, he got knocked out. Is it going to, the tour going to be bigger? But, like, my man, he got dropped in the last one. Just like Edgar Berlanga, bro. It's just like, work on your game. Get your ish right. Perfect time for the Plant Berlanga fight. Keep going, Shawn Porter.
Yeah.
Shawn Porter was impressed by you, Berlanga. He thought the skills. Shawn Porter was hype about the jab. Go ahead, Shawn.
When I saw the jab, I said that's where you go. You know, you start with the jab and kind of build it from there. But it's what I said, you know, on the last show that we did earlier this week or whatever the case may be. He doesn't set things up. Man. He doesn't have much on the front foot. He doesn't have a lot on the back foot. You know, I thought he was kind of keeping up with Shiraz the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I didn't have him winning those rounds, but it wasn't a thrashing or nothing like that. And then, what I tell you though,
Sean,
I said
Sean
under
called
5.
It. Yeah, Sean called it. Yeah.
And in the first round or the second round, when they threw that, it was the first round. They had the end of the first round. They had that moment.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't know Shiraz had that in him. And that's when I told you this ain't going more than 5.
You thought he was gonna be cute and just box.
I thought he was just gonna be cute and just box. This dude got some roughneck.
Some killer.
He got some roughneck up in him. You know what I mean? And that being said, when the knockout came, I wasn't surprised. The difference with this fight opposed to a Canelo Alvarez, like you said, little Canelo's long in the tooth. It's not that he doesn't have the killer instinct. It's just that he doesn't have the energy to finish the way that he doesn't have that gas anymore. Yeah. But Shiraz did. 30 seconds left. I was like, okay, he gonna get through this round, but what's gonna happen in the next round? And it didn't take long. And shout out to the ref, because the ref was ready.
Yeah,
the ref was ready. No telling what Berlanga is gonna do now. And Shiraz, I mean, it seems like, he looking at the winner.
If you're Berlanga team, he doesn't even supposed to be in the ring with that guy. Yeah. I mean, I guess the money.
We tight on time.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do this real quick, and we're gonna keep moving, right? So, one reason why I've never been big on Edgar Berlanga is because y'all know that I'm close to the amateur program. This dude had like 13 or 14 knockouts in a row. And people that came up in that 2016 class with him, I'm like, yo, why y'all hating on him? We not hating, we just know the truth. I'm like, well, what's the truth? He wasn't doing that in the amateurs. Matter of fact, he wasn't even making it to the semis. When you ain't making it to the semis, that's saying something, you know what I mean? And there are this exceptional cases of the people that don't make it to the semis and they have a late growth spurt and stuff like that, and they go on to do things. But everybody was saying he ain't the guy. So I dig in a little deeper and I look and I realize and say, yo, this dude don't really have a foundation. He's just a hard puncher, and if you right there in line for it, you waiting on it. And as a matter of fact, you actually got to be standing there waiting on him to hit you for him to realize, oh, you're waiting for him to throw the punch. He not setting nothing up. So that's essentially why I've never been big on him. You hear the term all the time, manufactured boxer. We've even heard that about Shakur Stevenson. We've heard that about Terrence Crawford. We've heard that about a lot of fighters. But it gets to a point where you have to show that you're not manufactured. Quiet as it's kept, most of us are manufactured. How are we manufactured? Why are we manufactured? Because we come out of the amateurs with this status, right? Let me see if this status is true. So I'm going to put you in with fighters you're supposed to look good against. I'm going to put you in with fighters you're supposed to knock out and stuff like that. But then promoters start to take certain chances with that fighter. You go from being manufactured to being real. And he just never went from being manufactured to being real.
And I'm gonna credit Berlanga, because if a fan watching boxing, most of them are gonna take that power over skills, and he's made it farther with that power he had than some guys with the skills.
It's true.
So same with Wilder.
It's true. Yeah,
they made it a long ways.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money in his career.
Yeah,
If Berlanga don't fight another day, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a multimillionaire. So shout out to Berlanga for that, because that sport ain't easy for me just to be sitting on my ass on the couch talking about it. But yeah, when it comes down to, it's a level you get to in this sport. You got to either have it or you don't.
I know
if not, you're gonna max out.
Yeah, and I know we got a lot to get to. But I do kind of want to say this about Berlanga real quick, right? So with Berlanga, again, with me seeing people, knowing people, I'm like, okay, I see what y'all saying, and I get it. And so, you know, I shied away from the kid because I'm like, you know, you talking, but I don't see you.
Believe it.
I don't think you can back it up. And then there's fights where he didn't really back it up, whatever the case may be. I'm in New York. I end up standing next to him, interviewing him on DAZN and stuff like that. We go off air, and it's just me and him talking. I'm like, yo, this kid is like lightweight amazing. You know what I mean? Like this dude, like, you know, you really selling me that you. This dude said, if I can't box, I'm gonna work at McDonald's or something, because there's nothing else I want to do in life other than box. I'm like, yo, I gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Then, you know, the fight that he had with Canelo, and to see, you know, his admiration for fighting his, you know, hero and all that, all those kinds of things. I like the dude. Yeah. But then, and I want y'all to catch this. You're in press conferences and things like that. Your language.
Sean, respect, Sean.
Doesn't match. But here's the thing, right? Because everybody's not Shawn Porter.
Yeah.
I don't expect that. Everybody's not going to carry themselves like a gent. I don't expect that, right? But also understand with your language, there's a whole lot of other people. It don't matter that they're not Shawn Porter or not. They're either going to buy it or they're not. You're limiting your audience when you say things that people can't clip and put on social media. Nobody wants to watch a clip where it's a whole bunch of blank because you just said stuff. Nobody wants to watch those sorts of clips and things like that. So also remember this. I am. I'm asking the boxing world, clean it up a little bit, right? But why I'm asking you to clean it up is because you're limiting your audience. There's gonna be people that don't want to watch that, don't want to hear that, can't be reached through that, and you're just gonna limit your audience, right? And the audience that's watching NBA, NFL, NCAA, all those kinds of things, it's a lot more people watching that than watching boxing. You know what I mean?
And shout out to my man, but like, he said all that. I mean, I wish you nothing but the best. Check that out.
But he
tweeted that out a week ago.
He do be hitting.
And my man say he in the legends of the Riddick Bowe, the Mike Tyson, the Zav Judas.
I'm saying
the Richard Hitchensons. No, he one of them ones that came out of Brooklyn.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. You made it. He made it happen.
Yeah, he made it to the top.
I think 16 in a row, knockouts in a row. He made it happen. You know what I mean? Not only a second loss. It's a bad loss. Is it an injured loss? No. So then here, last thing, and we're gonna move on because we got a lot to cover in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
How did I know he was gonna get the knockout?
Okay.
He gets hit clean, and we knew about 4 or 5 fights ago that his punch resistance. I'm not saying it's low, but if he gets hit clean, he's going down.
Yeah. I think
you know, so we saw that, you know, and I just knew, I was like, Shiraz, I know he got what it take to finish, you know, so I knew this one was going to be the way that it went. On the other side of that, man, Hamza Shiraz, goddamn. I mean, just goddamn.
Shout out to him. Turkey said 2026, Canelo, Shiraz.
Yeah.
I think I got fights for both of them. Berlanga, Plant. Let's make it happen. It's perfect time in both of y'all careers. Both coming off losses. Shiraz, Morrell.
Ooh.
Now that'll earn the winner gets Canelo.
Hey, come on. You can't argue with that.
That's a hell of a fight.
You can't argue with that.
That's a hell of a fight.
That remind me of me being an interim champion and having to fight for another interim champion.
Nonsense.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, that's interim right there. That's another interim fight. But that's the one that literally gets you in there. You know what I mean? He's in the door because of, you know, what he did, who he's with, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But that one right there keeps you in the room, you know? So